Your reasons for listening to the show, well, those are your own. But just keep in mind that the views, information, or opinions expressed on the Tuddle Daily Podcast are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent those of our sponsors. Yeah, it's called free speech, people. Nobody's forcing you to listen.
Get ready for your daily dose of Tuddle.
The all-time greatest intern/producer we've ever had, of course, Tuddle. Tuddle in Florida.
From the Hobo Fish Camp, it's the Tuddle Daily Podcast.
No wonder nobody likes you, Tuddle. Everything's a goddamn debate.
Greetings and welcome to another edition of the Tuddle Daily Podcast. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Make sure you check out my website, Tuddle.net. That's Tuddle with two D's, Tuddle.net. When you go there, you're going to be able to find every single place you'll be able to find me online. That's including all my social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, whatever it may be, you'll be able to find me there. Now, there's a couple of ways you can get a hold of me. I love to get your crowd participation, listener support, whatever you want to call it. There's a couple of ways you can get a hold of me. You can email me, tuddle@gmail.com, or you can leave me a voicemail, 407-270-3044. Once again, that is 407-270-3044. I got this email from Bo out in Lakeland. He writes, "Hey, Tuddle, I've been listening to the podcast from the beginning, but do you think you'll ever work on another show? Why not Bubba, The Monsters, or even Tom and Dan? You always say on the show that this is the first endeavor you've done without having the luxury of promoting it on a terrestrial radio show. Thought you were amazing last week on Tom and Dan, signed Bo." Bo, I really do thank you for the email. And yeah, that's right. I would absolutely love to be on another terrestrial radio show right now. I think that I have a lot to offer or bring to the table to any radio show that I could work on. Now, trust me, I am a free agent. I will work for any terrestrial radio show right now that is interested in hiring me. I am a changed person. You ain't got to worry about me drinking. You ain't got to worry about me self-sabotaging myself. Well, who knows? I might still have that characteristic. Who really, really knows? But yes, I would go back to work in a heartbeat for any radio show on Real Radio 104.1. Hell, this is the other thing. Jack Bradshaw, I don't know if you listen sometimes. I know that you're a very busy man. You are actually the program director of a couple of radio stations right now, so I'm sure you don't even have enough time to listen to my shitty-ass show. But what I'm trying to tell you is that if you're listening, if you want me to do some exclusive content for Real Radio 104.1, I know you probably listen to the show and you're like, well, Tuddle, you curse too much. There's no way we can pitch on. That's BS. You know, I know, everybody knows that I could do any type of radio. Now, there has been somebody that has reached out to me at Real Radio. Well, I don't even know why I say there is somebody. Russ, probably last year sometime, reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to maybe start doing some bits or some appearances on the show. Right now, it wasn't a great time to be able to get hired, and I completely understand that. But, I'll do, other, shows. I'll provide content for them if they are willing to promote what I am doing on the Tuddle Daily Podcast. Now, he did say he ran the idea by me, and it was, maybe doing man-on-the-street stuff, or maybe doing some bits, or maybe coming and sitting in the studio maybe once every other week. But he wanted to ask everybody else on the show why they asked them why is it okay for Tuddle to come back and do some stuff. And from what I hear, everybody was a go for it except one person. Now, I've been debating on if I should put that person on blast. The one person that says that I should not be back on the show, even though this person has made some mistakes just like I have, like showing up late for work. But that person, when that person showed up late for work, it never got talked about. Did not get talked about. The one day that I did it, Oh, I got my ass I got fired. I got fired for it. So, yeah, Russ tried to get me, but there was one person on the Monsters in the Morning that completely blocked me. And I don't even know if I should even, like, give it the time of day or talk trash about this person, because I told you, like, I'm trying to. And the thing is I actually really like this person. I really, really do have a lot of respect for this person. And for them to do this to me is kind of a little fucked up. In my opinion, it is. So, now, let's move on to Bubba the Love Sponge. Yeah, dude, in a heartbeat. I was supposed to be coming in once a month. And that got shit canned. And please, I don't want anybody to think that I'm talking bad about Bubba, because I'm not. I am not at all talking bad about Bubba the Love Sponge, Bubba Clem, whatever you want to call him. I am not mad at him at all. Actually, I texted him recently when his dog Pookie passed away, and, you know, he wrote back some really, really nice things, and I told him how much it meant that he called me right after my dad had passed to talk, because that really did mean a lot, in my opinion. But the reason why I'm not allowed to now, I can be on the Twitch show, because, you know, people are probably asking, well, because I was about to tell you guys, I'm not allowed on the terrestrial version of Bubba the Love Sponge anymore because of what I said about Shannon Burke. Now, I can only go by what I've been told. Nobody ever has told me the one person at Florida Man Radio that is pissed off at me. And I'm dropping it. You know what? I don't want to. You know what? Whoever I pissed off at Florida Man Radio, I'm sorry. I'm down on my knees begging and pleading for your forgiveness. Let me know what I need to do. I don't give a fuck what it is. Do you want me to do a stunt? Do you want me to make an ass of myself? I just name your price. Name your price on what I got to do to be able to fix things. But I am not allowed on Florida Man Radio after the rant that I went on about Shannon Burke a couple of months ago, because, you know, somebody sent me some audio of him saying, oh, well, I'll take care of that. You know, so yeah, I was a little pissed off at that time. Probably shouldn't have talked about it. Probably shouldn't have done what I did. And yeah, I'm not allowed to be on Bubba's terrestrial show anymore. But that also doesn't stop me from being able to provide content for Bubba Army Radio, or be on Twitch, or do whatever he would like me to do. Like, seriously. I am so focused. I am so committed to making this podcast, because I've got a year into it now. And a lot of people are probably like, why would you want to get back on terrestrial radio? Because then you're not going to do the podcast anymore. Nope. I promise you, if I get back on a terrestrial station somewhere, I am not going to stop doing the podcast. This is my baby. This is something that I've grown. And I think being on a terrestrial show is only going to help it even more. So what I'm trying to say is that, yes, I want to be on a terrestrial radio show somewhere, but people are not letting me be. There's any of them. Hey, Obi, I think you're over at K92 right now. Hire me. I can work anywhere. Black Crow Broadcasting, it's not even Black Crow Broadcasting anymore. I think it's like Southern Stone or something. They hire me. Any radio station, hire me. I can work any format. Fuck, a lot of people don't even realize this. I worked at Magic 107.7. Yeah, the easy listening station. The music, the station that's supposed to be safe for your kids' ears. Even if your kids are in the car, you can listen to this. Yeah, I worked there with Dean and Darby. Now, on to Tom and Dan, I don't know what the problem is with Tom and Dan. Like, I don't want anybody to think like, and I need to get a cough button, but I don't want anybody to think like, oh, I'm saying bad things about Tom and Dan. No, like, I've talked to Tom a whole bunch of times, and I've said, Tom, listen, bring me on the show. Bring me on to let me do some bits. I don't even need to get paid right now. I will come on once a week as a correspondent. You want me to come in and read some news? You want me to come in and give you a commentary? You want me to come in and give you some topics or some fucked up stories from my childhood? Because I've been traumatized pretty much all through my life. Yeah, I'll come in. I'll tell all those stories as long as you let me promote the Tuddle Daily Podcast. Once again, showing my commitment to everything that I've built here on this podcast, and especially to the supporters of this show. You guys have a lot of time and effort in on this. I'm not going to give up, but I'm doing everything that I can here, people, and I need your help. Why don't you guys start reaching out to some of these shows? You know, I got people listening all over the country of the United States. I got other people in other countries that are listening to me. Guess what? I got my passport. I've not been in any trouble. I can travel anywhere that I want to. So guess what? Wales, England, Ireland. I don't give a fuck. Just hire me. I will keep doing this podcast every single day. Think about this. If I got a job in the UK, guys, you guys would have this show like first thing in the morning. You would have all day long to be able to listen to the Tuddle Daily Podcast, like if I was in the United Kingdom, you know, as my location. I would love to be on Tom and Dan. I have offered. Vulture has sent business proposals to Tom. I think Tom has just completely brushed them off. And please, none of you guys don't go back and say, oh, Tuddle's talking shit. He's poking you in the chest. No, I'm not doing that at all. I'm just trying to say that, yes, I want to be on Terrestrial Radio again, somehow, some way, to be able to promote it. Billy Madison, Derek, Billy, Jared, you guys want a Florida correspondent? Hire me. I'll do man on the street stuff for you. Bennington Show. Well, they're too big. But what I'm trying to say is that if the Bennington Show, Ronnie B, Gail, Chris Stanley, any of the Vito, I'd be down to be able to do anything for them that they wanted. And that's it. I just would love to do it. I'm still debating on if I should tell you. I would like to hear from you guys. You know what? If somebody can guess correctly of who was on the Monsters that cockblocked me of coming back, because I do know who it is. I do know who it is for a fact. I would like to hear from you. If you want to leave me a voicemail, this is going to be voicemail only, because I'm only going to play voicemail guess. But if any of you guys can guess who the one person was that cockblocked me on the Monsters in the Morning from me returning and doing something in some facet of being on air. 407-270-3044. Once again, that is 407-270-3044. You know, it is kind of crazy, you know, especially the Gen Xers. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have all this other stuff to be able to fact check some of the things. Everything we learned growing up as a kid was from our friends, because our parents, they weren't around. They were working all the time. And we were either too afraid to ask them. You know how much easier life would have been for Gen Xers if we would have had Google? I think the earliest thing we had close to that was Ask Jeeves. I don't know if you guys remember Ask Jeeves back in the day, but you could type in questions and it would be able to help you out. That was like the closest thing we had to Google back in the day. But either way, we always heard, you know, like if you wanted to play a prank on somebody, you put visine in their drink and it'll give them like explosive diarrhea. Oh yeah, guess what, buddy? Kind of glad we didn't do that, because this next news story I'm about to play for you, somebody got poisoned to death off of visine.
37-year-old Jesse Krajewski has been charged with first-degree intentional homicide and is accused of funneling more than $290,000 from the victim's bank account into her own.
Listen, I told you during the pandemic hit, you were going to get a lot of robbing, you were going to get a lot of stealing, you were going to get a lot of shady-ass people that usually, for the most part, would not do that. And this is where our animal instincts kick in. You know, a lot of us as humans, we forget that we are nothing but evolved humans, but we still have that little primordial ooze somewhere in our body that just tells us survival of the fittest, survival of the fittest. We got to do whatever we have to do to protect ours and our family, our loved ones, whatever it may be. We are willing to go the distance, even though for the most part, people are good. I mean, you would like to think that most people are good, or maybe we're wrong. Maybe we are just still survival of the fittest, and we don't give a fuck what happens to anybody except our family, our intermediate family, mother, father, children, and everybody else can just fuck off.
According to the criminal complaint, Krzyzewski was caring for a family friend who died in October of 2018. At first, investigators believed the woman died from a possible drug overdose. A medical examiner's report revealed the woman somehow swallowed tetrahydrozoline, which is the main ingredient in eye drops.
Isn't that crazy? Like, we all, like the Gen Xers, hell, you know what, even the millennials, they might have all heard about the whole thing about putting visine in somebody's drink. Why am I getting all ghetto and everything? Drank. I don't know if it was hanging. You know what? I think my voice and dialect has changed a little bit because I was hanging out all weekend with a bunch of Italians from Long Island. So who knows? Maybe my voice, that's also another thing. Maybe that is a trait of humans, just being a part of animal kingdom. We're like chameleons. We try to blend in with our surroundings just to be able to fit in. Isn't that what it is? Isn't that what it is to be a human now? You just got to blend in with your surroundings for whatever benefits you the most. And it is the truth. It is a sad fact. It is a sad truth, but it is kind of a little bit that way. But back to what I was saying is with the visine thing, we all heard if you want to make your teacher that gave you an F, you want to make him shit his pants, you put some visine in his coffee. Little did we know back then, most of the teachers were drinking whiskey already in their coffee. So who knows? Maybe back in the day you could have. The mixture of whiskey or liquor and visine might have just given you the shits. But now that people are just poisoning people with visine, maybe that's just a new thing. Who knows?
Family members were suspicious and told investigators they didn't think the victim would have died by suicide and thought Krzyzewski was somehow involved. The criminal complaint says Krzyzewski changed her story to investigators many times.
And if you guys have never been a part of a police investigation or interrogation, I don't know if you could call what I was in an interrogation because I was not the perp. I was just somebody that was asking or getting questions asked to during the Bubba the Love Sponge sex tape deal. Going in there, having to talk to Tampa Bay police officers, PD investigators. This is what they do. They ask you the same question over and over and over and over again because they want you to be able to fuck up and change your story. And then they'll catch you in a line. They'll be like, well, why'd you tell us this earlier? And there is such thing as a good cop, bad cop. There is. It's just not as apparent as what it seems to be in the movies and stuff. But there is such a thing as good cop, bad cop. One that is going to be your friend. The other one that's going to be talking with a stern voice and asking you all the questions like this. In a very stern voice just to try to get you off. Why did you say this, Patrick? Why did you say this? Where were you at this time, Patrick? This is the type of voice that they use to be able to get inside of your head. So, yes, good cop, bad cop thing does exist.
At one point saying the victim was suicidal and constantly buying visine, but later saying she handed the victim a glass of vodka, knowing the victim put visine in it.
I don't know, man. Guys, I was a big alcoholic back in the day. You guys all know that. But, man, visine and vodka? Kind of interested into that. And the reason I'm talking about weird combinations, coming up after the break, I did a YouTube live stream, and I ended up pulling the audio from that because I wanted you guys to hear that. This is something that I want to start doing on the Tuddle Daily Podcast and the Tuddle Daily Podcast live stream, is eating weird food combinations. And I got to tell you, I want to try. I don't think I can't do it because I don't drink. God damn it. I forget about this all the time. But, drinking a little bit of visine and some vodka. Isn't it kind of weird? I can drink visine, which is poisonous for me, but I can't drink vodka because that's going to kill me as well. You guys don't see the little paradox there? The little paradigm of that. Both, yeah, whatever, man. It's a crazy world we're living in.
The criminal complaint also says Krzyzewski was in jail previously on fraud charges, and at that time, a jailhouse roommate told investigators Krzyzewski admitted to killing the victim by poisoning her with visine to stop her suffering.
See, and that's also the other thing. You already have a built-in, defense, but you also, if you're going to help somebody, do an assisted suicide thing, you got to get that shit on tape. You got to get that on tape. You have to be like, all right, hey, it's okay for me to give you vodka and visine, and this is something that you want, right? This is something that you want. Or could you do this? Could you get away with it? Self-assisted suicide is not, really good, but what if you put the visine and the vodka and a glass on the table? Now, you're giving them visine. You don't know what they're going to do with the visine. And vodka is completely illegal. So say that you leave visine and vodka on there and you let them do it, knowing damn well what they're going to do with it. Could you be held responsible in the death, self-assisted suicide of that person? And that's what I'm trying to say is that you have a built-in, defense thing. You got wiggle room that you can work with here because who knows? If you got all that on tape, you're fine, no bubbles, no troubles. But if you don't, you still can put a little bit of doubt inside of a jury's head if you use that as your defense. I was just helping my friend. My friend was in a lot of pain, and I wanted to help them kill themselves.
When Krzyzewski finally admitted it to investigators, she told them she buried the evidence, which detectives never located. Well, she was in her mid-60s when she died, and we talked to neighbors today, former neighbors. They told us that she had been in poor health for some time, and they had seen Krzyzewski going in and out of her apartment for a while there. If convicted, Krzyzewski could face life in prison.
See, what this woman does not have going for her is that she has been found guilty of fraud and embezzlement before in her life. But, I can also say, if this woman was in poor health, how do we know or not know that the woman really wanted help to be able to kill herself? And I have no problem with that one bit at all. I think as an American, we are supposed to be the most free country in the world. And I think, and listen, I hate it. A lot of it has to do with mental health and people that take the easy way out when there could be their lives could be saved. Okay? I'm not talking about mental health people. I'm talking about people that are terminally ill and the doctors say, listen, you got cancer. It's terminal. You have absolutely 0.0% chance of survival. If you want to kill yourself, I don't think that the government should have any single fucking thing to say about it. The government can just fuck off and piss in the wind when it comes to this whole situation. Because if I'm terminal and I know that I don't have any chance and I am in so much physical pain that I can't even take it, I should be able to end my own life. I'm sorry. A lot of you people may disagree with me, but I really, really don't care. I don't. Now, with the mental health issue, I think a lot of those people can be saved. That is from childhood trauma. That is from just everyday life beating them down, and there is hope. So those people, I think, can be saved. I didn't mean to get all heavy and stuff here. I need to take a quick break. Went really, really long in the first segment. You are listening to the Tuddle Daily Podcast.
Great news, folks. You now have the chance to see the face in front of that sexy voice. Right you are, sir. The Tuddle Daily Podcast streams Monday to Friday on YouTube. Anything can happen at the Hobo Fish Camp. Okay, sir. That's enough. Okay, so go to youtube.com/Tuddle. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you're notified anytime Tuddle goes live. Good job, sir. Questions? Comments? Concerns? Compliments? Or do you just want to tell Tuddle to fuck off? In any event, contact Tuddle. Tuddle@gmail.com. It's Tuddle with 2 Ds, dumbass.
Need to go get a haircut. I got to tell you, let me see. Arm's still looking a little big. It was the Italian weekend that I had. Shoulders. I did shoulders today. Shoulders are looking a little bit better today. The Italian weekend that I had. Oh, let me see here. See, I'm running on some low battery power here. The Italian weekend that I had with the Long Island people down in Delray Beach this past weekend, I got to tell you, it kind of put some weight on me. Put a little bit of weight up on me. What up, T-Bone? So I'm trying to do new stuff when it comes to the Tuddle Daily Podcast live stream. Netley Mandingo, yo, 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 yo. Thanks for the text. Guess what, buddy? I'm got to be busy. I'm busy. I got to be elusive. I can never let you tie me down. So, guys, guess what? Well, paypal.me/Tuddle on the radio. Where is the super chat at, Vulture? I'm over 4,000 now. I'm over 4,000 hours. Where is the super chat at? See, I'm kind of checking myself out. Forums are looking pretty good. Got to get this going. You know, I got to get back into work. And like I said, I had a very, very weekend full of eating. I did not realize, well, I kind of did realize how much Italians eat or ate, because it was like nonstop eating. Like from the time we got down there to the time we left the next morning, it was just eat, 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 eat. And I've been staying pretty solid when it comes to my diet. And today I weighed myself, and I was 177. That's like the heaviest that I've been in a really, really long time. And I got to tell you, I haven't drank, I haven't done any of that stuff like that. But something that I want to try that is going to be new on the Tuddle Daily Podcast live stream is I'm going to start eating weird food combinations. And I saw this one on TikTok. You eat or you get whacked. Yeah, it's like you do not turn down the food. Like when one of the older Italian women, they come up and was like, "Oh, you're looking so thin, Patrick." Oh, that was the other thing. When I went with my friend Addie, it was like I was wondering how long it was going to get. I only got one of them. That said it to my face, and I'm sure a lot of people said it to her, but was like, "Oh, Addie, is this your boyfriend?" And I was like, No, we're just friends. But they were all coming up to me, and they were just like, eat this, eat that. I had sausage and peppers, veal parmesan, chicken parmesan, eggplant parmesan, all the parmesans you could think of. I had this weekend. And like you said, you don't want to turn those down. But this is something I saw on TikTok. It is weird food combinations. I talked about this on the show, and I want to do it live on my YouTube page, which is watermelon. Freshly got watermelon from Publix. And then you guys are all going to freak out when I say this. Mustard. I know, like, Bubba, you know how bad Bubba hates mustard. But I have heard nothing but tremendous things about watermelon and mustard. Now, I know that this probably sounds like, oh, Tuddle's been smoking a lot of weed and he's eating weird food combinations. Yes, I have done that. I am one of those guys that love sweet and savory. Savory. Like eating potato chips, salty potato chips and chocolate, or, bacon and chocolate. Vulture's daughter was giving me all types of suggestions, but I want to get suggestions from you guys. I would love to hear some of your weird food combinations that you absolutely love. Here, I'll give you another one that I like a lot. Dill pickles and marinara sauce. Dill pickles and marinara sauce. I know a lot of you guys are probably like, oh, Tuddle, you're a fucking heathen. Why are you eating dill pickles and marinara sauce? Well, you know what? It was probably because I was high one night, and I the first thing I saw was marinara and pickles, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to try it. I've done a lot of stunts, and I really, really don't give a damn. So, all right, here. I'm going to get this thing set up here because this is not going to be a long, long live stream tonight. I'm going to start doing them every single night, but I'm just going to make them a little bit shorter because, you know what? I've been kind of bummed out. Sorry, guys. Not trying to make excuses, but I've been just a little bummed out, and it's been a struggle just to be able to do the daily podcast that I'm doing right now as it is. All right, so I'm getting this open. Give me 1 second here, guys. If you're on right now, share this on your social media, TikTok, Reddit, Instagram, Facebook, just whatever. I'm going to try this, so hold on. All right, so I'm getting the first piece of watermelon out, and I would like for you guys to try this. If you guys will try this and film yourself doing it, send it to me. I would love to hear what you think, okay? So I'm going to try this now and see what I think. All right, so let me get this set up here. All right, there we go. I know that Bubba's going to think this is absolutely disgusting, but so you don't want to get all that water there. All right, so look at this. Look. Sorry, just so you think that I am not bullshitting with you guys, I am going to try this now. And I would like for you guys to try it as well, too. So, here we go. Okay. I gotta tell you, I'm not bullshitting with you guys, but it's not that bad, people. Actually, I'm not bullshitting you at all. I'm not trying to punk you, but this has one of the most unique flavors, and it is hard to describe. I love the texture of the watermelon. This is great watermelon. Hold on. Okay. Here, I'm going to explain this. So, what is happening here is you would think that the first thing you taste when you bite into it is the mustard, but it's not the mustard. You get the sweetness of the watermelon hits you first. And then you get that weird, like, not weird in a bad way, though, people. Weird in a good way. Here, just to show you, like, that I'm not just BSing you. Look, more on there. And I'm going to try a little bit more here. I'm just going to see if maybe that was just a fluke or not. Can I tell you, it actually gets better by the time you get down to the, because when you get down to the wider part of it, it's not as sweet. But I'm telling you, people, you got to try this. Dude, I'm not bullshitting here. Applesauce and mayonnaise? Dude, do not lie to me because that will be the next thing that I will try. Applesauce and mayonnaise. Okay. All right. That, I'm telling you. Guys, that is so good. I am telling you right now. You guys think that I'm trying to troll you. You think maybe that is something else and that is not mustard. I swear to God. I am actually going to start watching Loki tonight. I am glad that you brought that up. I have heard absolutely nothing but absolute amazing things about Loki. Now, I loved all the Marvel stuff. I thought WandaVision was brilliant. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, not as good, but still good. And now that I'm hearing Loki is just phenomenal. Like, Tom Hiddleston is such a great actor. Marvel is so lucky to be able to have him. You know what? I'm going in for a second piece. You know, you think I'm bullshitting you on this, but... Oh, I put a little too much mustard on it that time. You think I'm bullshitting you guys? Like, seriously. Like, I'm actually spreading this around like it's like butter here. It is really, really, really good. Sorry about that. All right, so, look. I'm kind of like spread it all the way around. Right there. I've already watched Thor Ragnarok. I know you guys hate eating noises. I do too as well. But this stuff is really, really good, people, and you need to try it. You really, really do need to try this. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing very, very well. I'm sorry that I have not been doing the Tuddle Daily podcast live stream as much as I have been. But I just wanted to let you guys know, fill you in, let you know you got to try watermelon and mustard. And it is actually really, really good.
Wish you could have just flown and had your vehicle arrive a day or two later so you can enjoy more time doing what's important to you? Well, you can. Just give Starfire Transport a call. Let the professionals do the driving while you're flying. Starfire Transport specializes in RV and auto transport. They'll also haul watercraft from boats to PWCs, cargo trailers, and more. Service available throughout the continental United States. So don't wait. Call Brian today at 574-349-4193 or 989-751-6106 for your next move. 10% off for veterans past or present. Also, make sure to tell them Tuddle sent you for an additional discount. That's Starfire Transport. Want to support the show? Go to paypal.me/Tuddle on the radio.
Welcome back to the Tuddle Daily Podcast. Last segment of today's show. Make sure you go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Tuddle. When you go there, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and then you also need to hit that bell button, because if you hit that bell button, it's going to alert you to any time I go live or upload any new content. This is a story that happened last week that came out, and I haven't had a chance to be able to get to it, but I've had bad luck when it comes to, I'm not saying the IRS, because I pay my taxes every single year. But I got to tell you, you want to know what I did not get in 2020? I did not get a single motherfucking stimulus check. The year before, I tried to send in my taxes. I never got a refund. I sent it in. They needed me to verify who I was. I don't know what it is, but I know that the taxes were taken out of my check every single mother effing week, and I still didn't get my tax return there. So what I'm saying is that I've been constantly getting screwed over left and right when it comes to the tax system here in the United States of America. Now, this is also another thing. I need to get that call button still. But, you know, what I don't understand is all of these big people, these big-ass names, and do not give me any of that trickle-down economics bullshit that if we tax the super elite, they're going to pass it down through their businesses like Jeff Bezos. Pray to God. Here, I'm not even a religious person, but you know what? This is how desperate I am. Please, Richard Branson or Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, even though I like Elon, he's a little bit crazy. Even though they have not paid a lot of taxes, and if I didn't pay my taxes, I would go directly to jail, but not these rich asshole pricks. But when they finally prove that they're a bunch of badasses and they want to go into space, I hope that one, I'm not saying I don't need 3 out of 3. I just need 1 out of the 3 to blow up on liftoff for me to just believe in karma at all. Like, but then also, see, but if to be a rich elite, you got to be an asshole and you have to screw people over. So, you know what? That would help me believe in karma. Baby Jesus, yes, I'm praying to baby Jesus. Baby Jesus, please Just one of the three. I don't care if it's, if you could spare Elon. But if you got to take Elon, I completely understand. But if you could spare Elon, so either Bezos or Richard Branson, either one of those, if you want to take one of those just to prove a point that karma does exist because they're rich asshole pricks that have not paid hardly any taxes. Well, I don't know about Branson because he's a Brit, but I'm sure he worked around the taxes somewhere, some way. So if you do, even though I don't believe in you, God, or Jesus, if you can make that happen, I might start believing just a little bit, but it will also maybe make me start believing in karma. Amen. So, yes, what I'm trying to say is, if I didn't pay any taxes, my ass would be in jail, and these rich asshole pricks are just getting away, just fucking us right in the ass. No lube at all. They are just putting it in right in our BHs dry.
The numbers revealed in the report from the investigative group ProPublica are staggering. In 2007, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos made $3.8 billion. But Bezos, now the richest man in the world, paid nothing, not a dime, in federal income taxes that year.
Americans, wake up. How is this okay? Like, seriously, how is this okay? I mean, the whole country was based on taxation without representation. So, can I ask, if we are the ones that are paying all the taxes, we are the one that are paying the taxes when it comes to the United States of America, then why are we letting these rich assholes get away with it? They should have absolutely no say in what's going on in our government here in the United States. But guess what? They are. They are available. They are able to do what they want because they are in the pockets of the politicians are in the pockets of these rich assholes. That's why I just prayed to baby Jesus and God, even though I don't believe in them, to at least take one out of the three out. If they want to take 2 out of 3, but leave me Elon, because we kind of need Elon, I'm happy with that. I really don't care. Eat the rich. That's what I'm saying.
Same story for Tesla billionaire Elon Musk in 2018. Investment icon Warren Buffett says he supports higher taxes for the rich.
The wealthy are definitely undertaxed.
And he too has benefited. Between 2014 and 2018, Buffett made a whopping $24.3 billion.
You know what? I forgot to ask this. Please, baby Jesus, God, can we please get Warren Buffett to maybe go up with Bezos or Richard Branson? Maybe, he wants to go up there. Because guess what? He's just as big as a scumbag. He even admitted that the rich should tax more, but he still didn't pay any taxes. He is the biggest, you know what? Warren Buffett is the biggest fucking hypocrite out of every single one of them.
But over those years, he paid just $23.7 million in federal income taxes, an infinitesimal percentage of the money he made.
Families have to pay their tax bills regularly, but the billionaires have found a way to avoid that.
Yeah, because we're all having to pay taxes because it's all off of income. These rich motherfuckers have all got all their money in stocks. Stocks is nothing but legalized gambling. I hate when everybody uses the excuse, oh, the economy is doing so well right now. Look at how well the stock market's doing. You know what? Fuck you when it comes to the stock market. Because most of the people don't have their money in the stock market. Only the rich, elite assholes do. And I know a lot of you people are probably like, oh, Tuddle, when did you become a liberal? When did you become a communist, a Marxist? Deciding that there needs to be a distribution of wealth. No, I don't believe that, because if everybody is rich, then that means everybody is poor. I mean, that's how the system works. That is how natural selection works. You always have to have the haves and the have-nots. That's the only way that it can work. Not everybody can be equal, which I know that is something that we want. But it's an impossible. It is an impossible finish line. It is an impossible goal to be able to have for everything to be equal. You have to have light you have to have dark to have light. You have to have light to have dark. That's just the way that it's always going to be. That is the way that the system is set up in nature and in everyday human life.
ProPublica found nothing illegal. Its investigation focused only on federal income taxes, which are largely based on wages and salaries. But these billionaires make most of their money from investments, which have long been given preferential treatment, not from salaries. And that skewers the federal tax code towards the wealthy.
So what they're basically saying is that it is a rigged system. No matter how hard you try, everybody thinks that you got to go to college. Everybody thinks that you got to go and get an education. No. It's a bad return on investment to go to college now because you're going to get in debt. You're not even promised a job now. The best thing you can do is go out and get a job that is hands-on experience and just learn it that way, people. You know what? Fuck college. College is worthless. College is not as important as it used to be. And I'm being dead serious. I'm not trying to be a shock jock here. It is the goddamn truth. All these people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to get an education, thinking that it's going to get them a great job, and it gets them just dog piss Willie. Dog piss Willie all day. Going to wrap up the show. I thought I was going to be going to another segment if I'm just being honest and open with you. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. Hope you guys stay safe. And I will talk to you tomorrow.
And that's the show for today. Thanks for listening to the Tuddle Daily Podcast. Hey, don't be a dickhead. Do us a favor. Like, share, and subscribe to the show. Also, check out the Tuddle category at 315live.com. The Tuddle Daily Podcast is brought to you by Starfire Transport, StitchYouUp.com, and PocketPairClub.com. Special thanks to show producer Vulture and co-host Sirach. Show voiceover services brought to you by jcvoiceover.com and The Little Cheese Show. Download and subscribe to The Little Cheese Show everywhere podcasts are found. If you want to help support the show, go to paypal.me/TuddleOnTheRadio. You have something you want to say? Tuddle@gmail.com or leave a voicemail at 407-270-3044. To follow all Tuddle social media, go to Tuddle.net. That's Tuddle with 2Ds.net. Thanks again for all your support, and we'll see you tomorrow on the Tuddle Daily Podcast.
A society grows great when old men plant trees, the shade of which they know they will never sit in. Good people do things for other people. That's it, the end.